Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Science and IT Gate Coaching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the instant notification of my free lecture. So this is about me. I am a computer science gate faculty having more than 5 plus of teaching experience, mentored more than 50,000 students, taught in different coaching institute all over India. Okay, it's like the Gate Academy, even qualified multiple times Gate, and even I have given the coaching in many government colleges as well as in many private colleges. Like in SRM Chennai, I have given coaching. CAT Bhubaneswar, I have given. BC Bhagalpur, Jorhat College of Engineering, Guwahati University, Dibrugarh University, Government College of Engineering and Technology, Jammu, Ramgarh Engineering College. Okay, these are the colleges where I have went and I have given the coaching. Now in this class, we are going to start Hoopman coding. We are going to start Hoopman coding. Hoopman coding. Okay. So we are going to see Hoopman coding. Do you know that there is another name of Hoopman coding that is even called as variable size? You write. It is even called as variable size encoding. Hoopman coding. Hoopman coding called is also called variable is also called variable size encoding is also called variable size encoding or unequal size encoding or unequal size encoding, or it is even called as different size encoding, or it is even called as different size different size encoding, or it is even called as different size encoding. So Hoopman coding is also called as variable size encoding, unequal size encoding, and different size encoding. So it's another name of Hoopman coding. Now what is Hoopman coding? And it is even done by greedy approach. It is also a greedy approach. It is done by greedy method. Okay, it is also done by greedy method. So you know that whenever you are having some uh, in computer, you see that you are having a zip file. You are having a zip file means you want to compress the file. Then what we used to do, when in Windows also we are using that Hookman coding to compress a file. Okay, so this by this coding we can compress the file. Okay, we are going to compress the file. So Hookman coding is used to compress the file. We use this to compress a file. So if any place, if you will have any doubt, you can ask me. Hookman coding is used to compress a file. Okay, is used to compress a file. Even window use this type of things to compress the file. Window use Hookman coding. As in window we use zip file. Zip file is going to compress that, you unzip that. So for that you require some software to unzip. So that to zip that one, to compress that, we are using some coding that to reduce the size of that. How we can reduce the size of that some folder or some software, that we convert it into zip file. So that we are going to use as Hookman coding. There we are going to use Hookman coding. Hookman coding is used to compress the file as like window we compress in zip file. So window is going to use Hookman coding. The window use Hookman coding. So window use Hookman coding. They are going to use Hookman coding. Okay. Now, when we are going to do some encoding and decoding, means if you are having some file, you are going to encode that, then you will use that similar way of that. The way you have encoded, you will use the same way to decode that. Okay, so we are going to use some prefix encoding. Here we are going to use prefix encoding. Okay, so what is prefix encoding, I will let you know. So prefix encoding is used prefix encoding is used in Hookman coding. In Hookman coding, so you are going to use prefix encoding is used in Huckman coding because then unique encoding and decoding is possible. Then unique encoding and decoding is possible. Then only unique encoding and decoding is possible. Okay, then only unique encoding and decoding is possible. Now, what is prefix encoding, that we will see. Okay, so if you are going to use prefix encoding is used in Huckman coding because then unique encoding and decoding is possible. So you have to do encoding, then you have to do decoding. So we are going to use prefix encoding. Now, what is prefix encoding? I will explain. Now, prefix? What is prefix encoding? What is prefix encoding? So, right. If we are using a pattern, if we are using an pattern, if we are using an pattern, we are using an pattern to represent any character, then prefix of that, then that pattern, that pattern should not be should not be not be a prefix of not be a prefix of any other code, should not be a prefix of any other code. Example, if a is starts with 0, if a is start with 0 0, then no other then no other then no other code no other code will start with 0. Then no other code will start with 0. Now see here. So prefix encoding means if we are using a pattern, if we are using a pattern to represent any character, then that pattern should not be a prefix of any other code. And that pattern should not be going to be prefix of any other code. Example, if you are representing a as 0, the prefix of this, if you are representing a as 0, and if you are using if you are representing b as 01, then this is not prefix encoding. Why? Because its prefix 01 prefix is 0, 01 prefix is 0. So this is not a prefix encoding. In prefix encoding, it should not be prefix of any other code. They see, it should not be prefix of any other code. We represent a pattern. See, if we are using a pattern to represent any character, then that pattern should not be prefix of any other code. See, this is a prefix of this code. This is a prefix of. What the problem will happen when you will when you will go decoding? So you know that if you will get 0, you have to decode as A. If you will have 0 and you have to decode with B. So when you will see first 0, then you will get confused whether it is going to be A or whether it is going to be part of B. That's why we use prefix encoding, so that it should not be prefix of any other code. Am I clear? Why we are using prefix encoding? Am I clear? Because you will get confused when the algorithm will get confused when you will get 0 in the beginning. You may assume that it may be the part of A, it may be A, or you may assume it may be B, because after that if one will come. So you are getting confused. Am I clear or not? If one will have for C, then again you will get confused. You may say think that 01 is AC, or you may assume that it is a B, or you. So these two are possibilities. Okay, so that's why we use prefix encoding, where you are not going to use. So there we are not going to use. So there we are not going to use the prefix, okay, of any other. So this is not a. This is not a. This is not a prefix. This is not a prefix encoding. So this is not a prefix encoding. So if we are using a pattern to represent any character, then that pattern should not be a prefix of any other code. Okay, that we have seen. Now see, then how we will. So how will we represent? Yeah, correct. Then how we will represent? will use, if A is starting with 0, then the B should not start with 0. I will use 1 0. I will use 1 0. See, its prefix is your its prefix is your epsilon and 0. So you take as proper prefix. You take as proper prefix. Now see, 0 is not here. This 0 is not a prefix here. See, this 0 is not a prefix here. It should not be prefix of any other. So if here see 0 here prefix is going to your 1 1 0 and epsilon. See, 0 is not the prefix. If you are going to use C, you will use 1 1 0. You will use 1 1 0. 0. See, here prefix is going to your 1 1 1 1 1 0. See, 1 0 and 0 is not coming. If you are going to use D, you will use again 1 1 1 0 like this. 1 1 again 1 0. 1 1 1 triple 1 and 1 1 0. Okay, so we are having a some way how to find C. This way finding is little bit difficult. So we are having a some algorithm by which we will do. Okay. Now see, let's assume. So we have seen prefix encoding. Clear है? अब हम लोग देखिए, now we are going to see if we'll have some character. See, don't take attention. I will even repeat in Hindi also. So if you are having some characters, like if you are having some characters, and if you are having a frequency here, if you are having a frequency here, okay, if you are having a frequency here, if your character is having A, then B, then C, then D, and if it is having a frequency of 50, then 40, then 5, then 5. Okay, if it is having frequency, means A is in a file. Let us assume in a file, if you are having a file, in a file you are having a 4 characters A B C D. You are having a 4 characters A B C D. You have to compress that. You have to compress that, and A is repeating 50 times. You are getting A 50 times. B is getting 40 times. C is getting 5 times. D is getting 5 times. Okay. Now, someone can say, sir, I can use uniform encoding. Uniform encoding means for every bit to represent A, I will use 2 bit. For B also I will use 2 bit. For C also I will use 2 bit. For D also I will use 2 bit. Like you are using 0 1, then 1 0, then 1 1, then 0 0. Now see its prefix. Is 0 1 is the prefix here? Is 1 0 is the prefix here? Is 1 1 is the prefix here? No. It is your prefix encoding only, because the code that you are using, it's not the prefix of any other code. Okay. Now see how many characters, how many bit you will require if you will represent. So here you are having a 50 frequency, 50 A, and to represent every character A, you require 2 bit. Then to represent 40, you require here 2 bit, because B you are having a 40 characters, and to represent one character require 2 bit. So 40 into 2, then you are having a 5 characters of C, and you require 2 bit, then 5 character, then you require 2 bit. So total you are having, so total characters you are having here 100 characters you are having, and to represent any character you require 2 bit. So total bit you require here is 200 bit, 200 bit, 200 bit. So this is a prefix encoding also, but here you are using uniform prefix, uniform encoding. Here you are using uniform encoding. So when you are using uniform encoding, you require 200 bit. तो यहाँ पे क्या था, हमारे पास एक फाइल था जिसके अंदर 4 कैरेक्टर्स थे A B C D. A उस फाइल में 50 बार आ रहा था, 50 बार A लिखा हुआ है उसमें, B 40 बार लिखा हुआ था, C 5 बार लिखा हुआ था, D 5 बार लिखा हुआ था. तो मैं क्या सोचा कि मैं प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग जब मैं यूज कर रहा हूं तो मैं 2 बिट रिप्रेजेंट करता हूं, 2 बिट लेता हूं, इसके लिए भी 2 बिट, इसके लिए भी 2 बिट, इसके लिए भी 2 बिट, इसके लिए भी 2 बिट. इसीलिए हम कहते हैं यूनिफॉर्म इनकोडिंग, क्योंकि नंबर ऑफ बिट दोनों में सेम है. तो ए के लिए अगर जब मैं 0 1 लिया तो बी के लिए 1 0 लिया, फिर सी के लिए 1 1 लिया, और डी के लिए 0 0 लिया. ठीक है, इस तरह हम ले सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपस में तो कोई भी ये 0 1 इसका प्रीफिक्स नहीं है, इसका भी नहीं है, इसका भी नहीं है, 1 0 इसका, इसका किसी का, देखिए आपस में कोई एक दूसरे का प्रीफिक्स नहीं है. तो ये प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग हो गया. तो हमें कितना बिट रिक्वायर हुआ, जब एक को रिप्रेजेंट के लिए 2 बिट लग रहा है, तो 50 ए को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 50 into 2, बी को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 2 बिट, तो हर बिट को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 2 बिट लग रहा है. टोटल कैरेक्टर्स कितने हमारे पास 100 है, टोटल कैरेक्टर्स हमारे पास 100 है, तो 100 into 2 कर दिए तो 200 बिट हमको रिक्वायर्ड हुआ, 200 बिट हमको रिक्वायर्ड हुआ. देखिए क्लियर है, ये हो गया यूनिफॉर्म इनकोडिंग. क्लियर है? प्लीज टेल मी, प्लीज कमेंट whether it is clear or not. Fine. Now see here, whenever you are encoding, you require here 200 bit. But if I'll use now non-uniform, I am going to use. So to represent A, I will use A, B, C, D. If you are having here, if it is having frequency 50, so it is a file which is having 4 characters A, B, C, D, having frequency 50, 40, 5 and 5. Okay, now I am going to use non-uniform. Okay, non-uniform encoding. So like if you are using A, see, it is having a more number of A, it is having more number of A. So if you will represent by using only one bit, here you are representing, it is having number of times A is having more, frequency of A is more, A ज़्यादा बार आया, 50 बार आया. So here if we use to represent A, if I use to represent a single bit, we can use the single bit. That's why we can, now we are trying to reduce the number of bits requirement. Here you got 200 bits required. What I am doing here, to use A, I am using one bit, 0. I am using only 0. Okay, because here the bit, here number of bits are more, means number of characters are more for A. So if I use less bit, then it will be useful. I can reduce the number of bit. See, यहाँ पे 2 bit लग रहा था, यहाँ अगर मैं 1 bit ले रहा हूँ तो हमें number of bit क्या हो गया, कम हो गया. Now for B you require 40. B you are having 40 characters. You are using 01. ठीक है, 01 यूज किए. अब डी के सी के लिए हमारे पास क्या यूज कर सकते हैं, सॉरी 01 नहीं 10 होगा, 10. अगर 01 यूज करेंगे तो गलत हो जाएगा, ठीक है ना. इफ विल यूज 01 देन इट विल बी इनकरेक्ट. सो वी विल यूज 10 देन 110 and 111. Okay, like Hoopman coding, this is like the Hoopman coding where we use non-uniform encoding. That's why we say that is, it is even called as variable size encoding, because every time we are using variable size, unequal size, different size. That's why its name is even called as variable size encoding, unequal size encoding and different size encoding. So if we use Hoopman coding for to represent A, you are having a 50 characters of A. So 50 into, to represent one A, you are require 1 bit. To represent B, you require 2 bit. So 40 into 2, and C 5 into 3, then 5 into 3. So you require how many? Here 50, here 80, then here is your 15, then 15, that is going to be 30. So 50 plus 80 plus 30, so this is going to 80, and 80 plus 80 is your 160. See, if you are using Hoopman coding, you are reducing the number of bits requirements. If you reduce the number of bits requirement, then you will reduce the cost. That's why here it is our greedy approach is to reduce the cost, that to reduce the minimum requirement of the bit. So if we use Hoopman coding by greedy approach, we can reduce the number of bit. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे क्या किया हमने, Hoopman coding यूज किए. हमने देखा कि A यहाँ पे 50 बार आया, ज्यादा बार आया, तो मैं 2 बीट के जगह 1 बीट यूज करूंगा तो मैं बीट का रिक्वायरमेंट कम कर सकता हूं. तो मैंने क्या किया, जब 50 बार A था तो मैं सिर्फ 0 यूज कर लिया, ताकि हमारा बीट का रिक्वायरमेंट कम हो जाए. जब B था 40 बीट है, जो देखिए जो कैरेक्टर ज्यादा बार आ रहा है उस पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि कोशिश करें कि कम बीट यूज करें, ताकि हमारा एडवांटेज हो, तो हमने 2 बीट यूज कर लिए. फिर C दोनों 5-5 आ रहा था, तो और इसमें 3 बीट यूज कर लिए, इसमें भी 3 बीट यूज कर लिए, 1 0 1 1 0 1. देखिए सारा जो भी कोडिंग करेंगे, हमेशा हम कोडिंग करेंगे तो कौन सा होगा, प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग होना चाहिए, हमेशा प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग होना चाहिए. तो यहाँ पे एक ए को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 1 बीट लग रहा था, एक बी को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 2 बीट. तो जब 50 बीट रहेगा ए, तो 50 इंटू 1 हो गया, 40 इंटू 2 हो गया, ये 5 इंटू 3 हो गया, 5 इंटू 3, तो हमें टोटल बीट कितने लगे, 160. So if we are using Hoopman coding, we are saving 40 characters. So if we are using Hoopman coding, तो अगर हम Hoopman coding यूज करेंगे तो हमें क्या मिलेगा, हम सेव कर पाएंगे बीट्स को. तो if we are using Hoopman coding, we can save. अगर 1 रहेगा तो उसके लिए दूसरा करना पड़ेगा. देखिए, so if you are using Hoopman coding, we are saving चलिए saving 40 बिट्स, तो हम 40 बिट्स सेव कर रहे हैं. अब देखिए आपने ए को यहाँ पे जब 0 किया था तो इस तरह करके हो. अगर 1 यूज करेंगे तो क्या करेंगे, इसको 0 1 कर दीजिए, इसको 0 0 1 कर दीजिए, और इसको फिर 3 0 कर दीजिए. देखिए ये हो गया, क्योंकि 1 प्रीफिक्स था, प्रीफिक्स नहीं आना चाहिए. देखिए यहाँ प्रीफिक्स क्या होगा, 0 होगा और 0 1 होगा. यहाँ प्रीफिक्स क्या होगा, 0 होगा. देखिए मैं बताऊंगा, तरीका बताऊंगा कैसे करना है, ये तो आपको सोचना पड़ रहा है ना, उसके लिए मैं तरीका बताऊंगा। देखिए इसका प्रीफिक्स 00 हुआ, देखिए 1 किसी का प्रीफिक्स नहीं है, 01 किसी का प्रीफिक्स नहीं है, 01 001 भी किसी का प्रीफिक्स नहीं है। नाउ स्टेप वन में आप क्या कीजिए, स्टेप वन, टेक टेक लिस्ट टू फ्रीक्वेंसी, टेक लिस्ट टू फ्रीक्वेंसी फ्रीक्वेंसी कैरेक्टर। अब देखिए हम लोग इसका एल्गो देखेंगे, ठीक है। तो कोड आई विल गिव लेटर, फर्स्ट आई विल डू दी स्टेप्स बाय विच इफ दे विल गिव यू एनी एग्जांपल यू शुड अप्रोच इन दैट, ठीक है। तो हम लोग एल्गोरिथम बाद में देखेंगे, पहले मैं आपको स्टेप बता देता हूं कि अगर कोई एग्जांपल दे दिया, कोई जैसे आपको यहाँ पे एग्जांपल दे दिया कि 4 कैरेक्टर्स है, इतना इतना है, तो इसका हुकमेन कोड क्या होगा, तो ये कोड हो गया 0 1 0 1 1 0, इतना इतना बिट रिक्वायर्ड हुआ, तो आप कैसे करेंगे। तो स्टेप वन आपको बोलता है टेक लिस्ट टू फ्रीक्वेंसी कैरेक्टर and and combine combine them and create a tree। कंबाइन कीजिए और क्या कीजिए, क्रिएट ए ट्री बना दीजिए, उसका फिर ट्री बना दीजिए। ऑलवेज ऑलवेज द नोड always the node with least frequency, always the node with least frequency is is left left child, and the node with higher frequency. See, this is the step you have to follow. If you will follow this step, you will get a correct marks, okay. Always your answer will be correct, okay. So always the node with least frequency is the left child, and the node with higher frequency is right child, is is right child, ठीक है। now step 3, either we should take either we should take left child as 0 as 0 encoding, and right child as 1 encoding, and vice versa, okay. What I mean, I will explain, okay. So here I am saying that you first in step 1 take the least 2 frequency character, combine them and create a tree. So you will take first 2 least frequency character, you will combine them and you will create a tree. Then always the node with least frequency is the left child, it is going to a left child, and the node with higher frequency is going to a right child. Now either you give the number 0 on the left child you give the number as 0 as the edges as encoding, or right child as 1, or vice versa. If you are giving left child 0 then right child 1, or if you are giving left child 1 then right child 0, okay, and vice versa. So if you are done with the writing then please let me know. तो स्टेप वन हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम दो लिस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी के कैरेक्टर ले रहे हैं, उसको फिर कंबाइन करके एक ट्री बनाएंगे, दोनों का फ्रीक्वेंसी ऐड करके लिख देंगे, ठीक है। और हमेशा जिसका फ्रीक्वेंसी लेफ्ट चाइल्ड का कम रहेगा, फ्रीक्वेंसी कैरेक्टर, उसको हम लेफ्ट में लिखेंगे, और जिसका ज्यादा रहेगा उसको हम राइट में लिखेंगे, ठीक है। देखिए जो नोट का लिस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी है उसको लेफ्ट साइड में लिखेंगे, और जिसका ज्यादा है उसको राइट साइड में लिखेंगे। उसके बाद लेफ्ट साइड में, या फिर अगर इनकोडिंग करने के लिए 0 यूज कर रहे हैं लेफ्ट साइड में, तो राइट साइड में 1 यूज करेंगे, और अगर लेफ्ट साइड में 1 यूज कर रहे हैं तो राइट साइड में 0 यूज करेंगे, इस तरह का। चलिए ठीक है, चलिए अब हम तो देखिए, अब मैं नाउ आई विल टेक एन एग्जांपल। जैसे एग्जांपल हमारा प्रीवियस एग्जांपल था, अब उसको देखिए कैसे बाय यूजिंग दी फॉर्मूला, बाय यूजिंग दिस एल्गोरिथम हाउ वी कैन डू नाउ बाय यूजिंग दैट, ओके। So your character here is, so you know that the character, so I am writing just here A B C D having 40 frequency, 50 40 then 5 then 5, okay. So our algorithm is saying first you take the least 2 frequency character, so least 2 is your 5, C and D. So since both is having the frequency 5, you place anyone on the left side, so you are placing C on the left side, okay. C you are placing which is having a frequency 5, and D you are placing which is having a frequency 5. Okay. Now you combine the frequency of both, you will get a frequency of T combined. Now this 2 is no more. This 2 is no more. You are having another node which is having a value 10. Now out of this, so here it should be यहाँ 50 था, ये 50 था, ये 50 था, ठीक है. So now out of these three nodes which is having 50, 40 and 10, which is the two least, 10 is least and 40. So 10 is the between 10 and 40, which is smaller, 10 is smaller, so it will be left hand side and 40 will be on right hand side. So B is going to here. Now you will add these two and you will get here 50. You will get here 50. See, you are getting here 50. So you deleted these two, you got 50. Now these two, 50, 50. Okay. So you are going to add these two. So you are adding, since both is having the same frequency, right anywhere left and right, it will be fine. So here it 50, here 50, 100. Okay. Now see, if you are using in left hand side 0, then use 0 only. Right hand side 1, then see. This is one way I am using. Now to represent A, you are using 0. Now to represent B, you are using 1, 1. Now to represent C, you are using 1, 0, 0 and D you are using 1, 0. Okay, this is one way. देखिए आप इसको इधर कर दीजिए तो अच्छा से सेम पैटर्न की तरह मिलेगा. इफ आई यूज ए ऑन दी राइट हैंड साइड, तो पैटर्न जैसे हमें मिला था ना वो मिल जाएगा. मैं ए को इधर कर देता हूँ तो पैटर्न आपको सेम मिलेगा, आप कंफ्यूज नहीं होंगे. आपको पैटर्न सेम मिलने के, देखिए ये भी एक लैंग्वेज का एक से ज्यादा पैटर्न हो सकता है. फॉर ए सॉरी नॉट फॉर ए लैंग्वेज, फॉर दिस file you can have more than one encoding tree, more than one encoding. So to get the same, I should use 50 on the right hand side. See, you can have on the left hand side also, you can have on the right side also. So I'm using right side so that you people don't get confused. Here 50 and here it's going to 100. See, now 0 and here 1. Okay. So A you are using as 1. Now you will get the same. B you will use 0, 1 and D you will use 0. D is going to be 0, 0, 1 and here it's going to be 0, 0. So for a language, there can be more than one encoding. Okay. So the way you are creating a tree, you will get the different encoding. You will get a different encoding. ठीक है. देखिए मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं यहाँ पे. सो आपने क्या किया यहाँ पे, एक मिनट मैं फिर से बता देता हूँ. अब मैं हिंदी में बता देता हूँ. ठीक है. तो ये हमें मिला था. अब देखिए हिंदी में हम बता देते हैं, फटाफट बता देते हैं. देखिए आपको क्या करना है, आपको पहले वो दो फ्रीक्वेंसी को लेना है जिसका वैल्यू सबसे कम है. दोनों का जिसका सबसे कम है उन दोनों को पहले आपको लेना है. तो C और D का फ्रीक्वेंसी सबसे कम है, C और D का फ्रीक्वेंसी. तो आपने, हाय प्रज्वल, तो आपने C को पहले लिखा फिर D को लिखा. देखिए लेफ्ट साइड में उसको लिखेंगे जिसका फ्रीक्वेंसी कम है, जिसका फ्रीक्वेंसी कम है. तो यहाँ 5 लिख दिए, फिर ये 5. दोनों जब सेम है तब कोई भी आगे इधर भी D लिख सकते हैं, इधर भी C लिख सकते हैं. ठीक है, आपके ऊपर. तो एक से ज्यादा इनकोडिंग हो सकता है, इसी ट्री से हमें पता चल रहा है. तो दोनों को जब कंबाइन करेंगे तो फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या हो गया, ऐड हो गया, 10 हो गया, 10 हो गया. फिर ये दोनों, मतलब ये दोनों डिलीट हो गया, 10 हो गया. फिर इन तीनों में से हमारे पास नोट क्या हुआ, मतलब हमारे पास 50 है, 40 है, 10 है. इन दोनों में से कौन सा स्मॉलेस्ट है, दो कौन सा स्मॉलेस्ट है. हमेशा देखिए, हमें हमेशा दो फ्रीक्वेंसी, टेक लीस्ट टू फ्रीक्वेंसी कैरेक्टर, दो लिस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी लेना है. तो 10 और 40 है, तो 10 स्मॉलेस्ट है, इसलिए लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में 40 क्या होगा, राइट में आ जाएगा, तो बी राइट में आ गया. फिर दोनों को कंबाइन किए तो दोनों का फ्रीक्वेंसी ऐड करते 50 हो गया. ठीक है. अब ए क्या हो सकता है, यहाँ लेफ्ट लीजिए, ये राइट लीजिए. जब लेफ्ट लिए तो उस तरह हुआ था जो मैं बताया था, और राइट लिए तो दोनों को ऐड किए 100 हो गया. अब देखिए लेफ्ट साइड में यहाँ 0 लिखिए या 1 लिखिए. अगर 0 लिख रहे लेफ्ट में तो राइट में 1 लिखिए, राइट में 1 लिखिए. तो ये एक प्रकार का हो गया इनकोडिंग. और बहुत सारे इनकोडिंग हो सकते हैं. ये एक हुआ. दूसरा और एक क्या हो सकता है, दूसरा एक क्या हो सकता है, आप इसी तरह किए. देखिए कंफ्यूज मत होइएगा कभी, आपका एक से ज्यादा इनकोडिंग हो सकता है. तो कोई स्टूडेंट अगर बोल रहा है कि मेरा ये इनकोडिंग है, आपका बोल रहा है आपका ये, तो हो सकता है. ठीक है. बस आपको देखना है कि, मैं बस उसको लिख दे रहा हूं जल्दी, आपको बस देखना है कि वो प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग होना चाहिए, प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग होना चाहिए। तो प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग अगर हम लोग ये एल्गोरिथम यूज करेंगे तो हमें हुकमैन कोडिंग हमेशा प्रीफिक्स इनकोडिंग देता है। ठीक है, तो यहाँ ए 50 था, बी हमारा 40 था, और डी हमारा 5, ये हमारा 5। अब मैं यहाँ पे 1 यूज कर लेता हूँ और यहाँ पे 0 यूज कर लेता हूँ। यहाँ पहले मैं 0 यूज किया था ना, अब मैं यहाँ 1 यूज कर लेता हूँ और इधर 0। तो ए को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए क्या हो गया, 0, पहले क्या था 1। अब बी क्या हो गया 1 0, सी क्या हो गया 1 1 0, डी क्या हो गया 1 1 1। ठीक है, तो ये और एक तरीका हमें मिल गया, और एक तरीका हमें मिल गया। सो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन अनदर way we got in Hoopman coding, where what we did in left hand side we placed 1. So since we are placing 1 on left hand side, so we are placing 0 on right hand side. So if anyone having any doubt, please let me know. Now see, this is the way we have done. Now we have to find the total bits that we have required, total bits to construct. Now you find the, that is even called as weighted external path length. That is even called as weighted external, weighted external, weighted external path length. Weighted external path length is the total bit that is required, is total bit required. Okay, that is the total bit required, that is the total bit required. Okay, so now how to find the total bit that you required. You require C for 3 bit. Okay, so here you see the number of, from here just to travel till the root 1 2 3, multiply it with 3. How we are reaching to the root 1 2 3. How we are reaching to the root 1 2, by using two edges. How you are reaching by 1. Okay, now add that, now add that. So by using that also you can find, or by using this way also you can find. So 5 into 3, then 5 into, again 5 into 3, then again 40 into 40 into 2, then 50 into 1, then 50 into 1. So if you will do that, you are going to get 160. So that is weighted external path length, that is total number of bit required, that is total bit, total number of bit required, that is total number of bit required. ठीक है, तो इसमें हम क्या किए, हम देख रहे हैं ए को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए 3 बिट लगा, इंटू कर दिया, 5 ए था, कितना ए था, ये ए के लिए नहीं था, सी के लिए था। यहाँ से आप देखिए कि यहाँ से आप कैसे रूट के पास पहुंच सकते हैं, रूट के पास आप कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं 3 बिट से, वो कैसे, यहाँ से देख के या पता कीजिए या फिर इधर से कीजिए। यहाँ पे क्या किए, सी से आप शुरू किए, सो सी से ये ट्रेवल किए, फिर ये ट्रेवल किए, फिर ये, तो 3 बार आप ट्रेवल किए, इंटू 3 कर दिए। यहाँ भी 3 बार ट्रेवल किए, तो यहाँ 2 बार ट्रेवल किया, 1 बार। ठीक है, इस तरह आप लिख दिए। चलिए 160 बीट हो गया। सो आप देखें कि एक से ज्यादा इनकोडिंग हो सकता है। सो देयर आर वेरियस कॉम्बिनेशन, देयर आर वेरियस इनकोडिंग, देयर आर वेरियस इनकोडिंग कैन पॉसिबल, देयर आर वेरियस इनकोडिंग कैन पॉसिबल। सो एक से ज्यादा इनकोडिंग हो सकता है। तो जो ट्री आप बनाए इनकोडिंग के लिए, वही ट्री आप यूज करेंगे डिकोडिंग के लिए। So the tree that we are using for encoding, the same tree you should use for decoding. Same tree होना चाहिए, ठीक है। So if you are using this tree to do encoding, so you should use that same tree to do encoding. Okay. Sorry. So if you are using this tree for encoding, you will use same tree for decoding also. Because you can have more than one various encoding possible. Also, okay. So you should use same tree. So note. So as a note you can write. ठीक है ना, तो जो ट्री आप इनकोडिंग के लिए यूज करें उसी को यूज कीजिए डिकोडिंग के लिए, अलग मत कर दीजिएगा, तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा। सो इफ दिस ट्री, इफ द ट्री इफ एनी पर्टिकुलर ट्री इज यूज्ड, इफ एनी पर्टिकुलर, और एग्जांपल लेंगे, अभी बहुत सारे एग्जांपल से क्लियर होगा, बहुत सारे एग्जांपल लेंगे, फिर गेट की क्वेश्चंस भी लेंगे। इफ एनी ट्री इज यूज्ड टू, इफ एनी ट्री इज यूज्ड टू encode, if any tree is used to encode the Hoopman coding, is used to encode the Hoopman code, then that particular same tree, then that particular same tree should be used for decoding, should be used for decoding. So if any tree is used to encode the Huckman code, then that particular same tree should be used for decoding. तो अगर एक ट्री आप वो यूज करें इनकोड करने के लिए, तो सेम ट्री आप यूज करेंगे डिकोड करने। ठीक है, अब देखिए एक और मैं ले लेता हूँ। तो अब मैं इसका कोड बताता हूँ, कोड अब आपको समझ में आ जाएगा। ठीक है, क्लियर है ना? एनीवन स्टिल हैविंग एनी डाउट? एनीवन स्टिल हैविंग एनी डाउट? So you can like the session. Now see algorithm. Okay. Now Hookman. So Hookman कोड अब हम यूज कर रहे हैं एल्गोरिदम। ये एल्गो मैं फोरमैन बुक में एकदम इसी तरह दिया हुआ है। ठीक है, कैरेक्टर अगर उसके पास सी कैरेक्टर्स। ओके, सो एन इक्वल टू मॉड ऑफ सी, सी कैरेक्टर्स है। ओके, यू राइट हियर सी रिप्रेजेंट जो कैरेक्टर्स आपके पास है, सी रिप्रेजेंट कैरेक्टर्स। ये कैरेक्टर्स रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं। इन के मॉड सी के मींस ये बता रहा है नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स यू आर हैविंग नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स। ओके, so it is even means number of characters, now you have seen here that here you are always deleting the nodes which is having the least frequency, and then again inserting. So here you require a data structure where you should do insertion as well as deletion. So you are deleting which minimum you are deleting. Okay, means you require a heap. Okay, so you require a heap. Okay, so which if see, is it clear? Here, which data structure we require? Here we are doing operation where we are always deleting a minimum node, two minimum node, and we are adding that, and we are creating a node which is having a frequency of by adding this to frequency we are writing here. So here you are requiring a operation. One operation is to delete two nodes, and then on which two nodes to delete two minimum node, and then to add a node. Okay, so here you are requiring operation where deletion and insertion is going to be performed, so you require a minimum heap, mean heap. Okay, am I clear? देखिए यहाँ पे आपको करना क्या है, यहाँ पे आपको डिलीट करना है दो नोड को जिसका मिनिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी है। फिर उसके बाद आप क्या करते हो, उसको सम करके आप इंसर्ट करते हैं नोड में। तो आपको यहाँ डिलीशन और इंसर्शन करना है। डिलीशन आपको क्या करना है, मिनिमम का करना है, इसीलिए आपको क्या रिक्वायर होगा, यह मिनिमम। मेक हम व्हाट वी विल डू, विल मेक ए हीप, सो मेक ए मीन हीप, जिसका नाम मैं दे देता हूं क्यू विथ सी so we are going to construct a mean heap with the character c. Now we are going to run a loop for I equal to 1 till n-1. okay, लास्ट हमें n-1 तक जाना पड़ेगा। I equal to 1 to n-1. So every time we are going to allocate a node, we are going to create a node. Okay, so you allocate a new node, okay, you allocate a new node z. You are writing the name of that node is z. You are writing the name of that node as z. Now z left is going to your left में हम क्या रखते हैं, the node which is having the least frequency, that is even I am assuming as x. You are extract mean, you will extract minimum from q, extract minimum from q. So extract mean from q, हम एक्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे मीन फ्रॉम क्यू। देन आफ्टर मिनिमम ले लिए, फिर दूसरा मिनिमम क्या होगा, राइट साइड में होगा। तो इसका राइट क्या होगा, जेड राइट इज गोइंग टू योर वाई विच इज गोइंग टू योर नेक्स्ट मिनिमम, okay, which is going to, whenever I used to write e, I make a sigma, so that is how sometimes I get mix between toc and algo. Okay, so now you are taking the next minimum, Now Z frequency, Z left child is going to your the minimum one, first minimum least, then second minimum right child, then you will Z frequency is going to your X frequency plus Y frequency, X frequency plus Y frequency you are going to get. Okay, so you have allocated it. See, you have not inserted in the tree. You have allocated a new node which is called as Z. Now Z left is going to restrict mean first minimum is going to your left, second minimum is going to on the right child, and the node will have the frequency X frequency dot Y frequency. Now you will insert that Z on the tree, on the min heap. To insert on the queue, not on queue, min heap, the node Z. Okay, every time you are going to do that. Every time you are going to do that. See, every time you are doing the same. Okay. Now what we are going to do? At last we will return the minimum. Okay, extract min. Okay, that will extract min. The that node root is saying. What that root is saying? Root is saying the total number of characters you are having. The total number of characters. See, you are having here total characters. 5 plus 5 is your 10. 10 plus 10 is your 20. 20 plus 40 is your 50. 50. Then sorry here 5 plus 5 is your 10, then 10 plus 40 is your 50, then 50 plus 50 is your 100. The total characters, the total number of characters you are having, always the root will say total characters. Root is always going to say root represent total number of character in a file. Total number of character in a file. So root क्या बताता है, कितने नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर है हमारे फाइल में, कितने नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर है हमारे फाइल में. सो रूट रिप्रेजेंट टोटल नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर इन ए फाइल. ठीक है, तो हम क्या किए, इफ इट हमने क्या किया, देखिए इसमें अब हम इसे क्लोज कर देते हैं. देखिए अब जब मैं आपसे लेता हूं, सो नाउ वी विल एग्जीक्यूट दिस. इफ यू आर हैविंग ए बी सी डी ई एफ विच इज हैविंग, देखिए अब मैं इसे रन करता हूँ. आपके एक फाइल है, यू आर हैविंग ए वन फाइल विच इज हैविंग 6 नोड एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी एज 45 13 12 16 9 5. So you will make a queue, you just make a queue. Okay, you know that queue is going to your what is going to is a complete tree. So it is going to be, we represent minimum, that heap is going, we represent heap as a, this is heap, we represent heap as a array. See, I have taught you we can represent heap as a array because heap is a complete binary tree, and complete binary tree if we'll use, then we can represent by using an array. Okay, so just assume that you are having the elements like 13, then 12, then 16, and then 5. Okay, it's a your min heap. Now you will first find the two minimum. First you will find the two minimum is your 5 and 9. See here, for I equal to n minus 1, first you will construct it. Number of character you will find, number of character how many? So let's take it will, number of characters here you 1 2 3 4 5 6. Number of characters is your 6. Now you will make a heap. Let's assume this is your heap. Okay, now for I equal to 1 to Z max, so you will allocate a new node Z. So you have allocated a new node Z. Now it's left is going to Z left is going to your extract minimum, which is your minimum 5. So is going to 5 here, that is your F. You have extracted. Then right is going to your, then again minimum, so then is your 9. So you have deleted that. So you are having E which is having a 9. Now you will make the frequency. Z frequency is going to X frequency plus Y frequency. X is your this, Y is your 9 plus 5, 9 plus is your 40. Okay, is your 40. Now you will insert that node. You will insert Z. See, insert in Q the Z. So 45, 13, then 12, then 16, then 14 will be. Okay, then 14. Now you will take again, now for I equal to 1 you have executed. Now I will increment to 2. I will increment to 2. यहाँ पे आप क्या देखेंगे, now we will see 2 minimum is your 12 and 13. 12 and 13. So 12 will be on the left side. You will create again one node and 12 will be on left side. So 12 is your C and 13 is your B. So 12, sorry, C and it is going to your C and it is going to your B. So C here, B here, C is having 12 and B is here 30. If you will add these two, you will get 25. Will add. So remove these two and now you will get for node 45, 16, 14 and 25. See how I have did it. Again you have created a new node, I have created a new node. Then Z left is going to your extract minimum Q. Okay, so you have extracted the minimum is your 12, that is your C. At right side it will take the next minimum is your 30, next minimum is your 30, you have taken, then you have added these two is your 25. Okay, so now again you will take the two minimum. Okay, two minimum. So 60 here is your 14 and 16. Now I will increment to 3. So 14 is here, 16 will be here. So which is 16? 16 is your D. 16 you will sum these two, you will get here 0 and 30. So 30 you are going to get. Okay, now this deleted, then you will insert Z, you are going to get now 45. Now you are going to get 45, 45, 25 and 30. 45, 25 and 30. So till this your I is having here, I is here 3. Okay, and your tree is having like here 30, here you are having 40, here you are having F5, here you are having E9 and here you are having D60. Okay, now 25 and between these two, see between 25 and 30 which is the smallest, 25 is going to be smallest. So 25 is going to on left hand side. So 25 is going to left hand side. Okay, so 25 is going to 25 is having this is going to the left hand side. Here you are having C and here you are having B. Okay, and here you are having 12, here you are having 30. Now you will merge these two, you will get a node which is having 5 and 5, 55. So you will deleted these two, and then you have inserted and you got 45 and then 55. Now 55 is the smallest. So 50, now I will be see previously it was 4, then it will increment to 5, till 5 it will go. Okay, last is going to your 45 will be on left hand side. So which is 45? 45 is your A. Okay, A 45. Now you will add these two, you are going to get here 0, then 100. Okay, see, so 45 and 55 you have deleted, then again you got 100 and last you are extracting the minimum, प्लीज लेट मी नो वेदर इट इज क्लियर हुआ कि नहीं, ये बताइए। देखिए हर बार देखिए यहाँ थोड़ा जगह की दिक्कत थी, इसलिए ठीक से समझाना थोड़ा दिक्कत हुआ हमें। यहाँ पे देखिए आपके जैसे 45, 30 है, 12 है, 16 है, पहले आप क्यू बना लिए। क्यू से पहले आप दो मिनिमम पहले आप निकाल रहे हैं, दो मिनिमम निकाले, 5 और 9 को लिखे। लेफ्ट साइड में क्या होगा, सबसे जो मिनिमम है राइट साइड में उससे बड़ा वाला होगा, दोनों को ऐड कर दिए, एक नोड बन गया 14। ओके, देखिए 14 बन गया। तो पहले एक नया नोड बनाते हैं, उसके लेफ्ट में पहला मिनिमम डालते हैं, उसके बाद दूसरा मिनिमम डालते हैं, उसका फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या करते हैं, दोनों को ऐड करके करते हैं, फिर क्या करते हैं, इसको इंसर्ट कर देते हैं, फिर इसको इंसर्ट, इन दोनों को डिलीट करने का, फिर इसको देखिए 14 को इंसर्ट कर दिए, फिर दो लिस्ट को, दो मिनिमम को निकालते हैं, दो मिनिमम निकाले 12, 13। सो 12 छोटा है इसलिए पहले लेफ्ट में डाल दिए, 13 इधर। देखिए जब 12, 30 को डिलीट किए थे, देन वी आर गेटिंग ए फॉरेस्ट। दिस इज नॉट ए ट्री, इट इज ए फॉरेस्ट। ये देना, देखिए आपस में कनेक्टेड नहीं है, सो इट इज ए फॉरेस्ट नॉट ए ट्री। सो 12 यहाँ हो गया, 13 यहाँ पे हो गया, ठीक है। सो इन दोनों को ऐड किया तो 25 हो गया। सो पहले i इक्वल टू 1 था, किए डिलीट, फिर i इक्वल टू 2 हुआ, इन दोनों की, फिर i 3 हुआ, 4 हुआ, 5, तो आप देखेंगे तो 5 बार ही तक जाता है, ठीक है। तो i इक्वल टू 1, ये किए दोनों को डिलीट, फिर i इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, 2 हुआ, 2 हुआ, फिर डिलीट किए इसे, फिर i इक्वल टू 3 हुआ, 3 हुआ, फिर 16 और 14 को डिलीट करेंगे, फिर 16। हाँ, पुराना वाला प्रोसेस इजी है, ये तो एल्गोरिदम है, एल्गोरिदम तो हमें देखना पड़ेगा ना। तो 16 और 40 ये भी इजी है, देखिए अभी प्रॉब्लम करेंगे ना तो अच्छे से समझ में आएगा। 14 और 16 बचा दो हमारा छोटा, तो 14 और 16 अब हम ऐड करेंगे। सो 14 16 ऐड करके फिर एक नया नोड बनाया 30, फिर अब क्या हो गया, i3 से फिर 4 हो गया, देखिए i3 से अब 4 हो गया, ठीक है, विदाउट यूजिंग मीनिंग वाला। वो कॉन्सेप्ट इजी है। देखिए एल्गोरिदम जब हम इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे तब तो आपको चाहिए ना डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, क्योंकि आप यहाँ पे मिनिमम कर रहे हैं, तो ये सब चीजें आपको देखना पड़ेगा। तो आपने इसको किए 14 और 16 को कर दिए, तो आपको क्या मिला, इन दोनों को ऐड किए 30 हो गए, इन दोनों को ऐड किए 30 हो गया, तो 30 हो गया यहाँ पे। और यहाँ अब आपको क्या मिलेगा, 25 और 30 मिनिमम है, देखिए 30 आप लिख दिए, यहाँ दोनों को जब डिलीट किए 16 और 14 को, तब हमें क्या मिला, इन दोनों का सम करने से, इन दोनों का सम करने से हमें 30 मिल गया। अब 45 और 25 और 30 रहेगा, 45 25 30 रहा नोट में। अब उन दोनों में से मिनिमम कौन है, ये दोनों मिनिमम है, तो 25 क्या होगा, देखिए अब 25 को हम ऐड कर रहे हैं, अब 25 को हम ऐड कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि 25 सबसे छोटा है, तो 25 छोटा है तो लेफ्ट साइड में होगा, फिर 30 राइट में, दोनों को ऐड किए क्या हो गया, 55 हो गया। अब क्या हो गया, 45 और 55 हो गया, देखिए आई को हम इंक्रीमेंट कर रहे हैं, अब आई 5 हो जाएगा, पहले 4 था फिर 5 हो गया। अब इन दोनों को कर दिए, 45 इधर हो गया, 55 राइट में हो गया, अब देखिए आप यहाँ पे जीरो यूज कीजिए, लेफ्ट साइड में जीरो, राइट में 1, राइट में 1, तो ये आपको दे देगा। सो यू यूज 0 ऑन लेफ्ट हैंड साइड एंड 1 एज ए राइट हैंड साइड, you will get the Huckman coding. So A you are using to represent 0, then you are going to represent C as here is your 1, let me write again, here is 1, here is 1. So to represent C you are using 1 0 0, 1 0 0, and to D 1 0 1, sorry it is B, it is B, is B. Then a time complexity हम देखेंगे, we will see the time complexity. Then D is your 1 1 1, then is your E is your 1 1 0 1, 1 1 0 1, then F is your 1 1 0 0, 1 1 0 0, ठीक है। देखिए क्लियर है, तो देखिए आपके हुकमैन कोडिंग आपको मिल गया। अब आप इसका वेटेड एक्सटर्नल पाथ भी निकाल सकते हैं। सो फर्स्ट वी विल सी दी नाउ द टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, नाउ वी विल सी द टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी। Now you are creating a mean heap. So to create a mean heap, you will get a time of big of n. If the size of the number of node is your n, that is going to be your big of n. Okay. देखिए किसी को कहीं पर भी डाउट होगा तो पूछ लीजिए. If anyone, if you'll have any doubt, you can ask me. In any place, if you'll have any doubt, you can ask me. Now here this loop is running till n minus 1 times, and you are doing 2 times deletion and 1 times insertion. You know that deletion is going to take how much time? Deletion is going to take log n time. So you are doing 2 times log n time, and this loop is running till n minus 1 times, n minus 1 times. And here insertion, at last you are going to do insertion. So insertion is also going to take log n time, and you are going to do this n minus 1 time, n minus. And now extract mean is going to take constant time. Extract mean is going to take constant time. See. So to construct a mean heap, you are going to take big of n time. This loop is running till n minus 1 time. So inside that, if this work is taking log n time, and this work again taking log n time, means 2 times you are doing log n. 2 times you are doing log n. 2 बार आप लॉग इन कर रहे हैं और n माइनस 1 को रिपीट करेंगे, ठीक है। 2 बार आप कर रहे हैं और n माइनस 1 टाइम्स को रिपीट करेंगे। तो ये मीन हिप को बनाने के लिए आपको बिग ऑफ n टाइम लगा, क्योंकि कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं। ये डिलीट करने के लिए आपको पता है मीन हिप में लॉग n टाइम लगता है। 2 बार आप डिलीट कर रहे हैं तो 2 इंटू टोटल लूप कितना बार टाइम्स चल रहा है, n माइनस 1 टाइम्स। फिर इंसर्ट कर रहे हैं, इंसर्ट करने के लिए टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी लॉग n लगता है। ये लूप कितना बार चल रहा है, n माइनस 1 टाइम। और एक्सट्रैक्ट मिनिमम को जब डिलीट करने के लिए मिनिमम जो चाहिए रूट, उसको बिग ऑफ 1 चाहिए। तो टोटल टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हमारा क्या हो गया, बिग ऑफ n plus n minus 1 2n minus 1 log n plus n minus 1 log n plus constant. So which is going to your big O of n plus n log n. आप इसे n log n कर सकते हैं. You can say as n log n. It is also n log n plus constant which is going to your n log n, which is going to your n log n. So you are taking a time complexity of n log n. n log n इसका टाइम लग रहा है. Now what is going to be the space complexity? तो इसका इस टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी हमने देखा कि n log n हो गया. स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्या होगा बताइए. स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, what is going to be the space complexity? So here you are building a heap, minimum heap. So if the size of the heap, if it is having n element, it will require a heap size as n. No, heap size. You are creating a heap. See, make a min heap. In this function, you are making a heap. You are making a heap. So size of this heap is going to be the number of element. Number of element is your n. So you require a space complexity of big O of n. You require a space complexity of big O of n. You require a space complexity of big O of n. Complexity क्यों n लग रहा है? क्योंकि आप मिनिमम हीप है यहाँ पे. मिनिमम हीप बनाने के लिए आपको क्या लगता है? जितना साइज रहेगा नंबर ऑफ नोड्स का उतना ही लगेगा. तो हीप के लिए आपको स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी लग रहा है जो है बिग ऑफ है. क्लियर है? देखिए स्पेस कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी किसके लिए लग रहा है? हीप के लिए लग रहा है, मीन हीप के लिए. सर एरे आप हीप बना रहे हैं तो हीप बनाने के लिए अगर आप एरे भी यूज करेंगे उसको स्टोर करने के लिए, हीप को स्टोर करने के लिए हम एरे यूज करते हैं. तो जितना हीप में नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट रहेगा उतना तो करना होगा ना. n log n is greater than n log n. Whenever you have to compare two, whenever you want to compare two function, here is n log n, here is n, you take some number, as n equal to 2 to the power 2 to the power 1024. Take 2 to the power as 1024. Okay, now you are comparing these two. It is going to be 2 to the power 1024 and here it is going to be 2. टाइम तो यही है ना. यहाँ n log n है, यहाँ n log n है, n है, तो ये तो टर्म ज्यादा है ना, इसीलिए ना हुआ n log n. n log n तो ज्यादा हुआ ना टाइम. n log n ज्यादा है तो वही तो लेते हैं ना एसिम्प्टोटिक न्यूट्रिशन. आप तो सही बोल रहे हो. n log n तो ज्यादा है इसलिए तो आप ले रहे हो n log n. चलिए ठीक है. नाउ वी विल फाइंड दी वेटेड एक्सटर्नल पाथ लेंथ. वेटेड एक्सटर्नल, नाउ विल फाइंड दी वेटेड external. What is going to your weighted external path length? The weighted external path length is very important. That is equal to total number of bit that is required for encoding. Total number of bits required. देखिए किसी को कहीं पर भी डाउट रहे आप पूछ लीजिएगा. जब तक आप पूछेंगे नहीं हमको कैसे पता चलेगा आपको डाउट है. So in any place if you will have any doubt, feel free to ask me. If you will not ask the doubt, how I will know that in which place you are having a doubt? Okay. So total number of bits required for encoding. कितना bit required हुआ? Please comment. How much bit is required? Please comment. So here for A require 1 bit. A you are having 45. So 45 into 1 plus here you are having C for C you require 3 bits. You are having 12C. So 12 into 3. Then B you are having 3 bits you require. Total B you are having 13. Then 13 into 3. Then the weighted external path length is going to be asking your gate. So D is your how many? D is your length 3. Length 3. How many D is 16? 16 into 3. 16 into 3 plus. So this calculation you people will tell me. E is your 4. E for E require 4 bit. Total E you are having 9. 9 into 4 plus 9 into 4 plus here F also is your 4. 4 into 5. 4 into 5. 4 into 5. Now please tell me. So here 45 plus 12 24 36 plus 39 plus use calculator and give me the answer. So 48 it should be 6 12 18 and 3 yeah it should be 48. Then 9 4 ja So 9 into 4 is your how much? 36. Then 4 into 5 is your 20. Okay. So what is the sum of that? It is your weighted external path length. Please tell me what is the sum of that. So this is your 15, 20, 20, then 28, then 6 is your 34, in hand 3, then 5, here is 5, then 9, then 9 3, 12, 15, 15 4, 15 4 is your 19, 19, 22. Is it correct? Please tell me. Is it calculation is correct? So you can cross verify. Please comment whether the calculation is correct or not. You can try by yourself also. 6, 5, 11, 20, then 28, 34, 5, 9, 12, 15, 19, 20. Yeah, correct. Ananya is also getting 22. So this is weighted external path length we got. Now we need to find average number of bit. What is the so total bit we require here 2 to 4. So 2 to 4 bits we require. Now if I'll ask you for one character how many bits you require? एक character के लिए कितना bits required? Total bit आपको लग रहा है 224. Total bits you require here is 224 and total number of characters you are having 100. Total number of characters you are having 100. Then how many bit is required for one character? That is called as average average number of bits that transmitted per character how much bit you require. So you are total bit you require, total number of bits required, total number of that is equal to total number of bits required, that is even called as weighted external path length by total number of characters. Okay, total number of characters. So in total you are having 100 characters and total number of bits you require is 224. So for one bit you require 2.24 bits per character. Okay, this is the average number of bits that transmitted per character you require 2.24 bit, because total number of character you are having 100 and total number of bits required is here 224. So average number of characters you require here 2.24. 37.7. How 37.7? Because total number of bits was we require total number of bits was 224 na, and total number of characters here we are having 100 only. प्लीज लेट मी नो, इज इट क्लियर और नॉट? एवरेज नंबर हमें बताना है कि एक बीट के लिए कितना कैरेक्टर, एक कैरेक्टर के लिए कितना बीट लग रहा है, एवरेज बताना है. तो एवरेज आपसे पूछेगा गेट एग्जाम में, तो आप जितना बीट था, जितना बीट लगा उससे डिवाइड कर देंगे सारे कैरेक्टर को. एक कैरेक्टर के लिए कितना चाहिए, एक कैरेक्टर के लिए कितना बीट लगा. ठीक है, तो टोटल कैरेक्टर आप नीचे लिख दिए, ऊपर टोटल नंबर ऑफ बीट लिख दिए, तो ये हो गया 2.24 बीट. क्लियर है? In any place anyone having any doubt, please let me know. I tried my best to explain in both language, English as well as in Hindi, so that both the people, those who are comfortable in both the language, they can understand. Please let me know whether it is clear or not. Is it possible to just qualify GATE CSE with only practicing previous year question and writing test series with self preparation? See, with that, just to qualify GATE, it means in this way it's even depends upon your luck, because if you are having if you are just doing previous year gate question, so if you are doing previous year gate question, if you know the concept, then if you are doing previous year gate questions, then it is good, then you will qualify. If you know the concept, means if you are understanding the concept, then you are doing, then it is fine. Means whatever question you are doing, by understanding you are doing, okay, means you understood the way, the process, then it is good, then you can qualify. Okay, but if you are just mugging the things, or if it is not in proper way, okay, you should understand how we got 2.24. So for every question you should know how you got that, how you got the answer. You should know the approach, because in gate exam if they change the pattern, If they change the pattern, number, then you should, then there also you have to give the answer. Okay. So you should know the concept. Another way of asking Hookman coding. Don't get confused when in this way they are going to ask Hookman coding. Hookman coding can be stated. Hookman, another way of asking Hookman coding. Another way of asking. Another way of asking Hookman coding is how can you build a tree, how can you build a tree so that you can you can you can decrease the so that you can decrease the so that you can decrease the so that you can decrease the weight of so that you can decrease the weight of the weight of the external path length. Okay. Another way of asking Hookman coding, how can you build a tree so that you can decrease the weight of external path length. तो weight of external path length हम कैसे decrease कर सकते हैं, इस तरीके से भी गेट एग्जाम में आपसे पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो आप वहां कंफ्यूज मत होइएगा. आपको पता है weight of external path length is going to your total, so you can build a external path length. ठीक है, आप build कर सकते हैं external path length. So how can you reduce? So by using Hookman coding, we can reduce the external path length. What is external path length? Can anyone tell me? The total number of bits required to construct a tree is going to your weighted external path length. Weighted external path length. Okay. So now we will take some example. Another example. So let A is having total number of bits. So character. Here I am giving you a character, and you try by yourself. Okay. A is having a 40 frequency. B is having a B is having a 30, C is having a 20, D is having a 5, E is having a 3, and F is having a 2, and F is having a 2. Okay. So how to construct? Now we will construct a tree. Okay. That by using Hookman coding we are going to. So you in a file you are having a six characters. Sorry, 6 characters and the frequency. This is the frequency. And characters. Okay. Now we will use Hookman coding to encode this. So first we are going to do, so we are having first node is 40, we are having first 40, 30, 25, 3, 2. So first I will take 2, 2 is going to a left hand side. So 2 is your if, and then you are having E, that is going 3. Now combine these two, you are going to get 5. Okay. So deleted these two, you got 5. Okay. Now 5 5 you are having now 40, 30, 25 in the tree. First you will create a queue. Okay, first you will create a queue. This is a queue. So I am not creating a queue, but you assume that it is a queue, and every time so you are going to delete the minimum here. Min. Okay. So now you are having two min is 5 and 5, 5 and 5. So you will take the list minimum. Okay, two list. So 5 is already there, and another 5 is your D. So you take D here, 5. Then you will combine these two, you will get 10. So now you are having these two deleted and new node added. You are having 10. Now 10 and 20 in the tree. 20 going to be in right side because always the smallest is going to be on the left side. So 20 is going to on the right side. So which is 20? C. So it's going to be 30. It's going to be 30. Okay. It's going to be 30, 30 and 40. Okay. Now you will take the 2 minimum, 30 30. Okay, 30 30. Now see, here also when you are having 5 5, you have taken the new node on the left hand side. So you should again take the whenever you are getting a same frequency. Here you are getting a 5, here also you are getting a 5. So whenever you are getting a same frequency, you are taking the new node on the left hand side. So again, if you are getting a same frequency, you should take the new node on the left hand side. Again, you should take the new node on the left hand side. See, this way you have to follow. You have taken whenever same frequency is coming, you can take any node in the left and right side. But if you are taking on the left side, then again you should take on the left side. So 30 is your B. So 30 is your B, you should take on left hand side. Now it's going to be your 60. It's going to your 60. So these two deleted. So 40 and 60. Now you are getting 40 and 60. So 40 is going to a left hand side because it is having the less. So which is 40A. So you got a tree which is having a frequency of 100, which is having a frequency of 100. Okay, understood. Now on the left hand side you use 0 and right hand side you use 1. Okay, so you are going to get the code for A is going to your 0, B is going to your 1 0, C is going to your 1 1, D is going to your 1 1 0 0, 1 1 0 0, and E is going to your 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 1, and F is going to your 1 1 0 1 0. F is going to 1 1 0 1 0. Okay, this is the code you have got. So now you are going to find the weighted external path length, or that is going to be total bits required for the encoding. Now we are going to find external weighted external path length weighted external path length, that is going to your total number of bits required, that is going to your total number of bits required. So A frequency is having 40, so 40 into 1, then B 2 into 30, 2 into 30, then C is your 3 bit required, so 3 into 20, then D 4 bits required, 4 into 5, then E 5 bit required for E 3, then for F 5 bits required 2. Okay, that is going to into 2. So it's going to be 40 plus 60 plus 60 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10. So it is going to your 5 at the last, then 10 16 18 90 20. So 205 bits required. Weighted external path length is did. Now we need to find average number of bits per character. Okay, is it done? We need to see average number of bits bits per character. Average number of bits per character, it is going to your weighted external path length by total number of character total number of character. The total number of character will be at the root will show the total number of character. You are having 100 as the total number of character, so that is going to be total number of character. Okay. So weighted external path length is your, how much is your 205. Total number of character is 100. That is going to your 2.05 bit per character. Every time, every time Hookman code, every time Hookman code will be prefix code. Every time Hookman code will be prefix code, and the tree will ensure, and the tree will ensure that that prefix code will happen, and the tree is going to ensure that prefix code will happen. Why? Because every node is going to be at the, because every no every character, because every character is at the leaf, because every character is at the leaf, so there is no chance to get same sequence with another. So there is no chance, to get, there is no chance to get same sequence with other. So there is no chance to get same sequence with other. Okay. Every time Hookman code will be prefix code. Every time Hookman code is going to your prefix code, and the tree will ensure that prefix code will happen. And tree is going to ensure that prefix code will happen, because every character is at leaf. Since every character is at leaf, so there is no chance to get the same sequence with other. So there is no chance that same sequence is going to be with other. Okay. Now I have a question. When to use sorting algorithm and when to use heap algorithm? So this is a question, when to use sorting algorithm, when to use heap algorithm. So here I am using heap, but I am not using sorting algorithm. Now tell me the reason. Here I am using a, to find the minimum we are using a heap. Okay. Why we are not using a sorting algorithm? Because repeated movement removal of mean or max element, there we can use heap. And even if here, if we'll use sorting algorithm, then to find, we are going, then to insert a node, it is going to take big O of n time. Okay. Big O of n time. So that's why here we are not going to use sorting algorithm. Okay. Because to insert a node in a sorted tree, in a node, if the list is sorted, then you are going to take big O of n time, and here you are going to insert n minus 1 times. N minus 1 times you are going to insert. Kind of questions they ask in your gate. So they are asking you that in Hookman code you are using a heap. In Hookman code you are using a heap. In Hookman code you are using a heap. But if we'll use a sorted algorithm, some algorithm, now here always you are going to insert, you are always going to insert a node. Now if we'll insert a node, insertion is going to take n time in case of, some sorted algorithm. In case of some sorted algorithm. Okay. So if we are using the some sorted algorithm, means comparison based algorithm, okay, then it is going to take big of n. In a list, if it is a sorted, if you want to insert a node, then it is going to take big of n time, and n times you are going to insert. That will become big of n square. See, please let me know whether it is clear or not. So to insert a node in a sorted list, it is going to take time as big of n. It is going to take time big of n, because you will find the position, then you will do the movement. In worst case, you have to move all the element. Okay, this I have shown you. So you have to do, in to insert one element, it will take n big of n. Now to insert n element, it will take n into n, that is going to be big of n square. That is going to be big of n square. Is it clear? So that's why we don't use here sorting algorithm. Okay. So Bhaskar is saying clear. किसी कोई डाउट हो तो पूछिएगा, ठीक है ना? आप हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं, हिंदी में डाउट रहे हिंदी में क्लियर कर देंगे, ठीक है? So you write, whenever we need, whenever we need, whenever we need whenever we need to delete mean or max and insert the newly element, element, then we must use heap, ओके, तो हमें heap यूज करना चाहिए. In Hoopman coding, if we apply sorting algorithm, then insert will take big of n time, and for nearly n minus 1 times, it will take big of n square. So we need heap. Now, in case of knapsack, we were using only what we are using. We were using only a sorting algorithm, because there it is not required to insert. Okay, so if we need only mean and mix and no insertion, then we can use the sorting algorithm. If we need only max or mean, no insertion, max or mean element, and no, not to insert, and no insertion, in the data structure, no insertion into the data structure, then we should use sorting algorithm, like we were using in knapsack, Okay, so if we need only max or mean element, and no insertion into the data structure, then we should use sorting algorithm. As like in knapsack, Okay. See, if you're done with the writing, then you can let me know. Now we are going to see one gate question. Okay, one gate question we are going to see. Two more questions we are going to see. Okay, two more we are going to see. Now see, there it is asked in your gate 2002. Gate 2007. It is asked in your gate 2007. They are asking that suppose the letters A, B, C, D, E, F have probabilities 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16, 1 by 32, 1 by 32. Okay, so suppose the letter A, B, C, D, E, F have probability this. Okay, means the number of times, the frequency of probability is this. Okay, so that in a file the probability of A coming is 1 by 2, B coming is 1 by 4, C coming is 1 by 8, D coming is 1 by 16, like this. Okay, so now they are asking which of the following is the Hoopman, Hoopman code, for the letter A, B, C, D, E, F. Now they are asking which of the following is the Hoopman code for the letter A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Now I'm giving the option. Okay, you can try 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1110 111151. B is your 1110 011 010 001 000. C is your 1110 001 00001 and D is your 110 100 010 and 001. Okay. Here, suppose the letters A, B, C, D, F have the probability. A is having the probability 1 by 2, B is having 1 by 4, C is having 1 by 8, D is having 1 by 16, E is having 1 by 32, F is having 1 by 32. Now they are asking which of the following is the Hoopman code for the letter A, B, C, D, F. So I am writing the frequency. Okay, you can try. Just I am writing the frequencies. So for A, they have given. They are asking the Hoopman code. Okay. So for A is 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16, 1 by 32, 1 by 32. Okay. 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16, 1 by 32, 1 by 32. Now if you want to convert, since let's wait for Bhaskar just for 1 minute. Other can also try. Continue. Now see here, since the probability is given in fraction, you can convert it into number. Okay. So since the probability, how we can convert, since the probabilities are given in fraction, so it is given in fraction, and if if want to work on non-fraction, we can convert every probability every probability every probability with non-fraction. We can convert every probability into non-fraction. Okay, how we can convert? We will take the LCM. Here see, LCM of all this is 32. You multiply with 32. You multiply into non-fraction. For that we have to multiply we have to multiply we have to multiply with 32. If you multiply this with 32, 1 by 2 into 32, you are having 16. Means frequency of A is 16. Here is your, if you multiply it with 32, you are going to get how much? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then here 4, here 2, here 1, here. Now just add this all. So 8, 16, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. See, you are getting 32. If you are adding all this is going to be 32, means you have did it correctly. So this is the frequency. You have multiplied. All the probabilities with the 32. Okay. So now you will use the, you have to find the frequency now. You have to find the frequency. In fraction they have given. So you convert into non-fraction. First to convert it into non-fraction. So that's why you have multiplied with its LCM. If you multiply with its LCM, you will convert it into a number, non-fraction. Okay, non-fraction. Now construct a tree. You are getting E here 1 and F is 1. So E is 1 and F is 1. Okay. E is going to your 1 and F is going to your 1. You have added. So I need to take the is your having. So I require some more space. So I will writing here A, B, C, D, E, F. You got here A is your 16. Here is your 16, 8, 4, 2, 8, 4, 2, 1, 1. Okay, 8, 4, 2, 1, 1. So you will add these two. So E will be here and F will be here. Here 1 and 1. Then you are going to get a node 2. Okay, so now 16, 8, 4, 2, 2. Okay, now you are getting two nodes which is having a list here 2 and 2. So I am writing D on left hand side. I am writing D on left hand side. I am writing D on left hand side. D on left hand side 2, 2, 2, 4, frequency 4. Now your again 4, 4 I am writing. See, if whenever a node having same frequency is coming here 4 frequency here 4, so always new node I am placing on the left hand side, so always you have to place, so you will place here C as here 4, so 4 4 8. Okay, so you are getting now 16 8 8. Now again 8 8 and 8, so it will be on this B 8. Now 16 and 16 is here, that is A, so you are going to get here 32. So they are using A as 0, left hand side as 0, because A they are using 0. See, by using first option only you can eliminate. See, left hand side you are using 0, right hand side you are using 1. A is your 0, B is your 1 0, C is your 1 1 0, D is your 1 1 1 0, E is your 1 1 1 1 0, and F is your 5. Okay. Another question they have asked, what is the what is the average what is the average what is the average length what is the average length of the correct answer to question 1. Okay, so what is going to be the average length per bit? So what is going to be the average length per bit? Average length average length of bit average length of bit per character is going to your weighted external path length weighted external path length by total number of character by total number of character. Okay, so weighted external path length here is going to be 0 into 16. So see, this way you are finding, you can even find 16 into 1, 8 number of is 8, number of frequency of B is 8 into 2, 4 into 3, 2 into bit here is your 4, then here 5, then here 5. Okay, so weighted external path length is going to your weighted external path length is going to your 16 plus 8 to 16 plus 12 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5. So is going to 6 6 12 12 to 14, 14 and 8 22, 22 or 10 32. Then in hand 3, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 62. Am I correct? Yes, 62. Okay, so here we got weighted external path length is your 62 and total number of character is your 32, that is going to your 1.9375. Okay, so this is one way of finding the weighted external path length. Another way is also there whenever they are giving the probability. So they have given the probability of A is your 1 by 2. Now how much bit is required for A? 1 by 2. Another way of finding the weighted external means the average you have to find. Another method to find average character, average length of bit, average length of bit per character, average length of bit per character. Another way, okay. So this is another way of finding average length of bit per character. Average length I am asking. So you know that for this bit is required 1 bit, and here you are having a probability of 1 by 2. So since it is having a probability of 1 by 2, you will write probability into the bit. Probability into the bit 1 by 2 into 1. Now probability of B is your here 1 by 4, 1 by 4 into 2, 1 by 4 into 2. Now probability of C is here, C is here 1 by 8, 1 by 8, and another probability is 1 by 6, another probability is 1 by 32, another probability is 1 by 32. Okay, so I have written now only so that it can save our time. So C probability is C probability is 1 by 8, then D 1 by 16, then E 1 by 32, F is 1 by 32. Now see the bit requirement. So C is having 3, 4, 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 5. So 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, see here. So 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have written correctly. So it's going to be 1 by 2. It's going to be 2 by 4. You can write as 1 by 2 only. 1 by 2. Or you can take the LCM. You can take the LCM here. If you take the LCM, you are going to get. So this is another way. Probability they have given you. You have to find the average bit. Average bit required per character. Since the probability of coming A is 1 by 2, B is 1 by 4, C is 1 by 8, D is 1 by 6, and the bit requirement is 1. And here bit requirement is 2, bit requirement is 3. So you have did the multiplication. Average is going to your LCM is 32. Here 1 into 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5. Okay, okay, I did one mistake here, sorry. So LCM, since I have taken the LCM, let me write step by step. It should be 1 by 2, then 2 by 4, then 3 by 8, then 6 by 4, then 5 by 32, then 5 by 32. Now take the LCM. Okay, now take the LCM 32. So it's going to your 16. Then because 2 divided by 32 is your 16. Now 4 is your how much? 8, 8 to 16. Then 4 into 3, 12. Then it's going to your now this now 4 here again is going to your 8, 8 6, how much? 8 6 48. Am I doing correct? So 16 16 12 should be 8 6 by 1 by 6. 1 minute. Its probability is 1 by 16. 1 minute. Its probability is 1 by 16. Sorry, its probability is 1 by 16 into 4. It should be 4 by 16. It should be, so while writing I have did mistake. It should be 4 by 16. It should be 4 by 16. Okay, so then 2, then 8. It will be 8. Then it will be 8. Then 5. Then 5. Okay. Now do the sum. 32. You will get here. I have did it. Okay. You will get here 62 by 32. Okay. You can see here. See, it's going to 32. Then here 10. Then here it's 12. And then here 20. See here it's 2. Then 6, 62. 62 by 32, same, we got same 19375. 19375. Please let me know whether it is clear. Say another way to find the average length of bit per character. This is the way. If they have given you the probability, if they have given the probability, and with that you find how much bit that is required. So 1, then for these 2, then this. So in this way you can solve the problem quickly. You don't need to do the all these things weighted. You need to find the weighted external find, then total number of character. You just see the probability and how much bit it is required. How much bit it is required. Total probability, how much bit. Total probability, how much bit. Total probability, how much bit. Okay, like this you have did it. You got it 1.9375. Okay. Now, so hope is it done and is it clear? Is everyone with me? Now we will see our last example. Then we are going to finish our Bookman coding. Last example we are going to see, and even Yeshua has said done. Okay, fine. Now last example. So I hope that when if will exam, if this kind of questions will come, then you will able to do it correctly. So you can write as a tips here, as a tips, if two node, if the two node have the same frequency. So in this way only student get confused. If the two node have same frequency, the two node have same frequency, and so, and if the two nodes have the same frequency, so any node can be on the left side or right side. So any node any node can be left or right. So any node can be left or right, but if we are putting, but if we are putting the or placing, but if we are placing the new node on the left hand side, but if we are placing the but if we are placing the but if we are placing the new node on left hand side, then we should always place new node on the left hand side. Then we should always place new node new node on the left hand side. Then we should always place the new node on the left hand, okay, whenever it will have the same frequency, it will whenever it will have the same frequency. Or if you are putting on the right hand side new node, then you should always place on the right hand side whenever it will have the same frequency, okay. So now another example we are going to see, that is going to be our last example. If a file is having a e I o u s t and its frequency is 10, 15, 12, 3, 4, 13 and 1, then we have to find all these three. So we will add, first we are going to add, we are having here 10. So we'll add 1 4. So first one is your t, then you are having 0 as your 4, sorry 3. So you are going to get 4, okay. So 1, 15, 12, then 4, then 13, then 4. So then 4 and 4. Now I'm adding the new node on the left hand side. I'm adding the new node. See, I'm having a habit of adding the new node on the left hand side. So u I'm going to add on the left hand side. These two are smallest. So u 4, it is your u. It is going to your u. And when you will add, you will get a 8. Okay. So now you are having 10, 15, 12, 13, 8. Now you will add 12, 8 and 10, 8 and 10. So 10 will be on the right hand side. So what is 10? 10 is your A. 10 is your A. Then you are going to get here 18, 18. So you are getting 15, 12, 13 and 18. Now you are having 12 and 13. 12 and 13, the two lists, 12 and 13. So 12 will be on the left hand side and 13 will be on the right hand side. So 12 is your I and 13 is your S. So when you will add these two, you will get 25. So 3 2 is your 5, 25. Now see, it means that you are all, it does not mean that you are always going to get a tree. Sometimes you will get a forest. This is a forest. It is not connected. So a tree is always going to be connected. A tree is a graph which is always connected. It is a forest. It is one component, it is another component. So it is not always that you are going to get a tree. So you have to separately construct this. Now you are getting 15. So sorry, you are having 12 and 13 you have added, 12 and 13 you have added, so you are having 15 and 25, now 18. Okay, so now you have to add least to 15 here and 18 is here. So 15 will be on the left hand side, 15 will be on the left hand side. Okay, 15 will be on the left hand side, E15. Now when you will add these two, you are going to get here what you are going to get. So 8, 5 is your 13. In hand 1, 2 and 3, 33. Okay, 33 you are going to get. 8, 5 is your 8, 5 is your 13. Now you got 15 and so 15 and 18 you have added, na? So 25 and you are remaining with 25 and 33. 25 and 33. So you are going to add 25 on the left hand side. So 25 will come here. 25 will come here. I will be here. Here 12. Here is 13. Now we'll add these two, and you are going to 358, then 558. We are going to get 58. Okay. So you are going to get 58. So you will take 0 on left hand side and 1 on right hand side and 1 on right hand side. Okay. So you got the code. So for I you got as 00, I 00, ace is your 01, ace is your 01, then E is your 10, E is your 10, then U is your 1100, U is your 1100, then A is your 111, A is your 111, okay. Then A is your 111, then U I have given, okay. Then T is your 110, that is your T, 11010, and O is going to your 11011. Okay, so I think it is correct. Are you getting same? Yeah. Now we will find the weighted external path length. Weighted external path length is also called as total number of bits required. Total number of bits required for encoding. Total number of bits required for encoding. Okay. So for A you require 2 bit, and I for I you require 2 bit, and I you are having 12. Ace you require 2 bit, and total frequency of Ace is having 13. Total frequency of Ace is having 13. So 13 into 2, these two done. E require 2 bit. E frequency is having 15. U require 4 bit, and U is having how many 4 bit? A you require 3. A frequency is your 10, and T you require 5 bit, and T frequency is your 1, and O you require 5 bit, and O frequency is your 3. O frequency is your 3. Okay, is it fine? Okay, now you add, it's going to 24, then okay, so please verify this calculation. Okay, so it's going to your 3 to 6, 26, 30, 4 for 16, 30 plus 5 plus 15. So it's going to your 20. It's going to your 20. It's going to your, these two if you'll add. So it's going to your 40. These two is going to your 50. 50. These two we have added. Now 50 and 40 is going to your 90. 90 plus 30 is your 120. 120 plus 26 is going to your 146. 146 to your 146. Okay, so please verify whether my calculation is correct or not. Okay, so you can please verify whether it is correct or not, whether you are getting 146 or not. So weighted external path length we got as 146. Now average bit required for that. Average, so this is important because in GATE exam they will ask this. Average bit per character. Average bit required per character. Average bit required. Average bit required per character. Okay, average bit required per character is going to your 146 weighted external path length by total number of character. This is weighted external path length by total number of character. How many characters? How you will get this total number of character? So the root is going to give the total number of character you are having. The root in a tree, the root. So that is you are having a 58. 58. So if we will divide, how much you are going to get? So if we will divide, so you can use scientific calculator also. Okay, you can use scientific calculator also. It will give a practice. It will give a practice. So 146 divide by 58, you are getting 2.517. Okay, so 2. Up to 4 decimal points I will try to give. You should also try to give up to 4 decimal point. 72 is the weight. Correct. So your Huffman coding, that is even called as weighted external path length, that is even called as non-uniform encoding, unequal size encoding. You have seen that why it is called as unequal size encoding, weighted external path length. Okay, so we have completed our Huckman coding. See, it is even called as, why it is even called as unequal size encoding, because variable size encoding, different size encoding. Okay, so we have completed our Huckman coding. So in GATE exam, they will give you some a file, and they will say you that in a file they are having this A B C D as a character and the frequency of that. And after encoding, what you are what you are going to get. Okay, what you are going to get. Is it clear to all of you?